All right, I need to jump over here again and see what you guys are actually seeing. I still haven't figured out how to get the screen back on my GoPro. There we go. Let's close that cupboard as well, because that just looks terrible, hanging open in the background. So, I'll chill out here for a little bit. While I set up, we might as well set up a TikTok live as well. Pretty much do that every time, and it's normally a fail, really. But, what the hell? All right. Justin, how are you, man? You have indeed got first. I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing all right. I am just trying to cram in, get everything sorted. Stanifer, how you doing? How did you go with the water problem? Mate, it was just nuts. I had a plumber out here the next day, and then he said I fixed the problem, and then he had to come back the next day with shit. But it's fixed now. It's fixed now. I think like the people who owned this house before we bought it, they were just animals, man. They were absolute friggin' animals. And it was the drain from the kitchen sink, and it was just full of grease and stuff that blocked it up. So I think it's clear now, luckily. Managed to get that sorted. Let me just kick this one off as well. I haven't even shared the link onto to Instagram or Facebook for this live. But I've just kicked off the TikTok one, so I ain't got no phone anymore. How is everyone? How are you all doing? I've had a very interesting morning, as you can see. It's still very weird to look at it. Joys of owning a house with renting, you just need to make a call, then it's taken care of. Funny you should say that, mate, because when I was renting, the last place we were renting, we also had dramas, and we ended up going to court over it. We won, which was awesome, but yeah, they tried to take us for like $1,300, and I was just like, I'm not paying these guys that money. No way. So yes, theoretically, it should be as easy as just making a call, but unfortunately, it's not always the case. Not always the case. TikTok is rolling in. If you're coming over on TikTok, say g'day, so that I know people are there, because it just pops up down the bottom saying a bunch of people are joined, but I can't really tell if anyone has or not. You look ready to fight off the barbarians. Thanks, Stanifer. Thanks. That's sort of the intention. I was, funnily enough, so this morning, we've got a few people on, so I guess I can have a chat about it. So this morning, I had to shoot the thumbnail for my next YouTube video, and that's what this is all about. So, yeah, it's pretty good. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of the project here in a little bit. We'll give it some time to see if anyone else is going to jump on first. So I was just building the thumbnail actually before I signed on to this live stream. But yeah, that's what this is. And I tell you what, it was an absolute pain in the ass when I didn't know what the hell I needed to make this happen. So yeah, it's been an interesting morning. And I mean, I'm starting to lose it. It was all up here too, but it's all starting to come off now. So I don't know. Yeah, it obviously fits. If I look like ready for battle, then that's exactly what I was aiming for. So I'm glad about that. But yeah, I've got, what do we got left for the bearded axes? They just need to be mounted. They need to be mounted on the wall. And then once I put that into the video, I will be happy to release it. The video is like completely edited now up until that point. So it is ready to come out. The whole build's ready to come out. I just need to figure out how I'm going to mount them up on the wall. throw that in at the end of the video there for anyone who wants to see them in their final place, and then it'll be out. So yeah, thumbnail should be ready. I got to play around with the thumbnail a little bit. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I might show you guys here later what the thumbnail that I built looks like, and see what you reckon. We'll get your input. So we've got Justin and Stanifer on. Who else is there? Say g'day, guys, if you are on the streams. Same as on TikTok. I think we've got a few people on TikTok as well. Say g'day, guys, if you're there, so I know you're there. What's that? Shannon's just joined. Fibniz, I think that is. It says just joined. How are you guys? So yeah, I wanted to take YouTube guys through. I've got, yeah, you can see that in the corner there. We've got this here. TikTok guys can't see that. I'll spin yous around. We're working on this last live stream. So yeah, basically show you where that is currently at. My work on this one is pretty much done up until this point. All the electrics need to be done and that sort of thing, which I'm not doing myself, so someone else can come and do that. But that is pretty much done up until this point. And then I definitely am going to we'll get some footage of like how it works and that, because I think that will be a really cool project, like a really cool product, sorry, to like produce if people are interested in that. Be really sick. And I've also finished up a hat rack yesterday. So I did bunch of odd jobs yesterday. You guys might be able to see up behind me. It's still really off-putting that I cannot see the front screen. But up behind me, behind my lathe there, you see, guys on TikTok, you can see what I'm talking about. I just started building my tool wall yesterday. For the guys on YouTube, I'm relocating. They've got a wider field of view, TikTok. So I'm relocating everything from there up to there so that it's like just more accessible while I'm on the lathe. Looks a bit better. It's a bit better backdrop for, you know, being on camera and that as well. So yeah, so I'm in the process of doing that. What else did I get up to yesterday? Did some sort of a bit of a new layout on the tool wall over there under the cupboards. It was just like a bit of a maintenance day, really. I wanted to sharpen some blades and stuff. I didn't get around to doing any of that. I got my Craig jig mounted up on the wall, which has freed up some drawer space. But I really, really want to do some more of the dot work pyrography stuff that I've done on these axes, which I will show you guys soon. I want to include that in some more projects. So I'm really keen to sort of get some stuff built and go down that path for a little bit. But wow, these chats are quite quiet, guys. They are quite quiet. It says we've got a few people. Will TikTok tell me who they are? A few people on there. Say g'day, legends. Smash that that like button for us, because that will tell the algorithm. Wow, you can do effects and everything on here, can't you? But those likes will tell the algorithm that we want more people to come and say, whoa, that's put some weird effect. Wow, how do we turn that off? What in the world happened there? Effects. Oh, it's like a crying effect. How bloody weird was that? Oh man, I don't play with this TikTok app quite enough, eh? To be able to understand what it's all about, really. But yeah, new. What have they got new? Nod your head, tap the screen to switch. All right. Oh, that's how they follow. Yeah, right. That's pretty cool. That's like an auto tracking feature. Anyway, let's can that. Get out of that. Right. So what's everyone been up to? Justin, what have you been working on? Stanifer, what's been happening? We haven't got Mike here today. That's different. No Mike, haven't seen Chili jump on either. What is everyone up to? I've just figured out you can like download these different fonts and that online. So I'm gonna have a bit of a play with that later. Oh, excuse me, I'm super tired. Super tired. I do quite like this one as well though. There's lots of different cool fonts here. Right. So the we haven't really. I was waiting. I suppose should give us a bit more time. I guess see if other people jump on, because I don't really want to go through all the bits and pieces for people to jump on a bit later and have to do it all again, right? I pulled out a rough turn walnut bowl that is ready to finish turn now. That is at 9% moisture. Nice. That sounds like a good spot to get into it, eh, Mike? It's walnut. I would love to turn walnut. I've never worked with any walnut yet. One day I will get there, I'm sure. But that sounds good, Mike. 9% roughly. What do you want? Under 12%? How's I don't know. What's it like in Canada? What do you search for? I'd say you still go for about the same, between 8 and 12%, eh? That would be nice. That would be nice. Love, like walnut, you get some really, really nice figure out of that, eh? I've got some Jarrah, I think, down there that might be my next turning project, I think. I've got a few ideas for some like display bowls that I want to do. I'm just not quite sure how to execute them yet. I love turning walnut. What's it like to turn? Like, is it a soft... Oh, I guess you guys call it hardwood, hey, but I feel like Australian hardwood is next level. But yeah, what's it like to turn? Is it like quite brittle? Do you get like a lot of dust and that off it, even if you got razor sharp tools? Yes. Oh, you're in the US. Sorry, man. Did not realize that. I thought you were in Canada. Timonius, how you doing, mate? How are you? Afternoon, not quite afternoon yet, but I'm living in the past over here in WA, as usual. So I might we'll go and grab the project and give you guys a little sneak peek, eh? So these are it here. Now, it's obviously going to be quite difficult. I can see what I'm showing on TikTok, but I cannot see what you guys can see there on YouTube. But this is what I came up with. So this is the dot work stuff I was talking about before. So again, I'm not sure if that's going to focus for you guys, but I'll have to wait till it catches up. But on TikTok, you can see there, like that's all individual burnt dots to form that. And those runes are the runes that spell out Valhalla, obviously with my own little artistic flair on them. But I've got that on both. So this is like the Valhalla set. As I say in the video, with the idea that, you know, if I'm coming at you with these, someone's going to Valhalla. But that's the set there. This one here is my favorite because the color in the handle, you can see it goes from like a really sort of browny color down into like this crazy red. And up close, it's got like these golds and that in it too. So I hand carved all of these, completely hand carved power carved, all done. We bought the axe heads and then I did my own leather work for the sheath and for the handle. And I think these sheaths are really cool because they're just like a friction fit. So I originally was gonna have a strap that sort of came down from the top, tucked under and latched back over. But once I actually stitched these up and you put them on there, they're a really nice friction fit. And without that strap, it leaves more of the Damascus exposed so that when they're on display, you can still sort of see that, because that's obviously a massive, massive feature point. But that's got the same runes there. So they both say Valhalla on them. And yeah, that's why my face is like this, because we had to do a bit of like a battle, you know, a bit of a battle photo for the thumbnail there. So one mistake I did make, because I haven't done leather work for so long, was just in the craziness of trying to cram it all in. I put the wax on the edge here to burnish it before I dyed it by accident. And I managed to get most of it off, but you can sort of see like along the edges there, the actual veg tan color where the wax sort of protected it from the dye. But this is the first sheath I've made, and I was really quite happy with this. I did 3 layers so that there's a section in there that the blade hits and doesn't cut through the stitching. And as I said before, the friction fit is really good. Like, it's nice and protected, and it's on there really, really well. So I'm super happy with how they came out. That is true. Those look awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I am super happy with them. They are a lot heavier than I expected. As you know, I was trying to get the photos this morning for like, it was probably about half an hour, and holding them like just still it's taxing after a while. But I reckon they'll swing well. I haven't. I might make a follow-up video, I think, if I'm game enough to take them down to the axe throwing range. I haven't decided yet if I am going to, but yeah, I might get down there eventually, I reckon. Fix It Fingers. James, how are you, man? G'day, mate. Can't stay. Just popping in to say hi. This will need more explanation. Yes, you'll get an explanation in the replay, James. You will. You will. Just to sum it up, mate, if you're still there, it's thumbnail shooting day today. I had to shoot thumbnails for my upcoming video, so that's what this is all about. But yeah, no, I am quite happy with how these come out. It was definitely a learning curve carving these. Had a bit of issue with the tenon fit up. What other, this section here, as you can see, they sort of, this is the first one I carved, and then this one came second, and you can definitely see sort of the bridge, like underneath the axes there, you can see the difference. The second one, I sort of figured out what I was doing a lot more than the first one, but I am happy. Like, I'm happy with them both. Yeah, started with just a bit of square stock for the handle. Next time, because I will definitely make some more axes. Next time, going to be straight handles. We'll be able to have a bit more fun engraving wise then with the straight handles, I think, so that'll be good. But yeah, what do you think? Should we take them down to the axe throwing range? Perhaps we can do a, I could possibly live stream from down there. I'd have to stream straight from my phone, but I could do a YouTube live from down there, I reckon. Timonius, what's with the war paint? Thumbnail shooting, man. Shooting thumbnails for this video. You should do every video like that and never give a reason. All right, I'll take that on board, James. It might be something we start doing. The artist is always going to pick the issue. Most folks won't see them. Will, how are you, mate? Yes, I know. It's one of the worst things, isn't it? You can see every little flaw. And I pulled myself up with these because it was never ending. It was absolutely never ending. Like, every time I'd sand them, I'd come up to finish and I'd be like, oh, I can see a bit here, or, oh, this needs to be reshaped. And even now, like, they're axes at the end of the day, so I sort of got to the point where I was like, let's just go. But I do have a bit of a chip out of the bottom here. I'm not sure when that happened. And there's a little bit up there as well. But I did have the original intent of taking these down to the axe throwing range. I've taken this one down and just taken a couple swings just to see how the head holds. And it held on really well. But yeah, I was going to sell one of these as well. The original thing was I'm going to sell one and keep one. But yeah, I don't know. This was the one I was going to sell. This one here. So, do you think someone would buy this? Do you think, just to cover the costs of what I put into this project, I'm certainly not going to make any profit out of it. It's just going to be to cover the cost. Or do you think they need to be kept together as a pair and hung above the door as a set? I think it's a nice, intimidating set, that's for sure. They will only see the beauty of the work. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully you are correct. Hopefully you are correct. I'll grab the hat rack as well. Give you guys a bit of a look at that. So I started this about 2 months ago, I think 2 or 3 months ago, and it's actually probably a bit dusty after all I did a fair bit of table saw work yesterday, so this has actually got a bit of dust on it. Try and get most of that off. Yeah, look at that, covered. But yeah, this is the latest hat rack that I've finished up. So we got Ferrero Rocher is the pigment there from Health of Mind. Then we've got the 7 railway spikes in for the hooks. And I am about to order some keyhole hardware to go on the back to mount this. So I was using, for the other hat racks that I've done, I was using steel picture framing wire, but it just didn't work well. It didn't, when you hung it on, it hung nice and flush, but when it hung on the wall, you were getting a little bit of flex at the top. So I don't know if perhaps I needed to have the wire a bit higher, but if you had it higher, then you could see it, and you don't want it to be seen. So this one's a bit longer, so I'll probably put, I think, 3 keyhole hooks in this one, which are, they're only come off like maybe a mil or 2 off the wall, so that's pretty good. It'll keep it fairly nice and flush. The massive hat rack that I did, probably 2 years ago now, I did a French cleat on the back. I routed into it. This just wasn't really thick enough to do that too. And mainly because the whole top of this is resin. So I would have been routing into the resin for the French cleat, and then have to screw it in. And yeah, I only had, from memory, I think it's about 22 mil thick. So, because I did the massive chamfers on the edge of this as well on the table saw. So it's got quite deep chamfer that comes, I'd say that's almost probably about a 30 mil deep chamfer. So it's quite a big one, and I really like the look of like the softened chamfer. Let's see if you guys can see the edge. There's like a really soft, subtle chamfer there, because once I cut it, it was obviously nice and sharp. And then when I was sanding, I made sure to actually round over those harsh sort of, well, not harsh, but those really flat corners and tight, sharp corners. And I really like the results on that. It has, since adding the hooks in yesterday though, it does add a ton of weight to it. So I used, I think, a little bit of a key with these, right? So we've got, a lot of people make this sort of style with these railway spikes as the hooks to hang your stuff on. But what I haven't seen before, most people just use a spade bit and drill out a standardized size hole for each one of these, put it in, fill it with epoxy. And that's all good and well, but you're left with a circle of black epoxy around every single spike, which I hate. So it did take a lot more time. Like, it took me probably about an hour, I'd say, about an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour. But I measure out each individual spike for each hole and then chisel it out by hand. So each of these holes is a different size, and I just keep slowly taking slivers away, dry fitting, and once I'm happy with a nice tight dry fit, then I'll fill it with epoxy, obviously black in case you do get any leaks. In this case, I actually added a little bit of the Ferrero Rocher color as well. And yeah, so each one is sort of is fit custom to the individual hook. And I really, really like how the Ferrero Rocher matches the Mary. I think that color match up there is just wicked. So it does need a bit of a wipe down. As I said, it's been sitting in the shop for like 2 months. It's polished up to 8,000 grit, and then I use custom grit step 1 and step 2 on it. But it does need a bit of a wipe down, because you can see there's some fingerprints and stuff on it. But I'm happy to finally have this, well, 99% done. I've got to put the keyhole hardware on there. And once I do that, should be good to sell. I might possibly have a buyer for it already. If they're not, they've got to have a look at the color. If they don't want it, it will be up on the website. So I'm looking forward to getting that finished up, because it's been a long time. Keep as a set. Yeah, you reckon keep the axes as a set? I am thinking that, Timonius. I am quite keen to do that. It was just trying to cover the cost. Keyhole hooks should work fine. Yeah, I didn't know they were a thing, Mike. I honestly didn't know they were a thing. And there's a guy in WA here, Nanup Furniture Gallery, his Instagram, if you want to check it out. But he makes them just out of timber. He doesn't do resin. So I spoke to him yesterday, and I said, what do you actually use to mount them up? And he sent me some pictures, and I was like, wow, did not even know that was a thing. So I'm really stoked. I jumped on Amazon this morning. I think I can pick them up for about 15 bucks for sort of, you know, I think it was a set of 10 or 20. So I'm going to buy that. And yeah, hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. So beautiful piece. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the that color with the Mary. I think just works really well. It doesn't, you know, I've been trying to get a mix. I like the real punching colors, especially with Mary, because there's so much gum vein. So I'd go with like a real deep blue, or even a vibrant blue, really. With Mary, I really like that contrast, but I think that Ferrero Rocher almost blends to the point of, it's just really subtle. You've actually got to sort of take a double look to realize it's not all timber, which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like it. I keep forgetting I got this shit on my face, and then I look at these cameras and I'm like, oh, that's right. Keyhole hardware will work better. Yeah, hopefully it holds a lot stronger, Will, than the old picture framing wire. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But no, it's actually, yeah, I didn't know it was a thing. But of course, you've got to ask, like, Nanup Furniture Gallery, he's Phil, I think his name is. He's been doing this a long, long time. So it's always good when, you know, these professionals are willing to share sort of hints and tips. That's another big thing, is like, I'm really fortunate that he's always happy to answer any questions that I've got for him. So, because his work is phenomenal. Seriously, check him out on Instagram. Yeah, Nanup Furniture Gallery. His work is incredible. I got inspiration for, if you saw my dining table build that I did in April, I put the video out for that one, the round dining table, and it's all the Mary with a strip of Jarrah in the middle. That inspiration came from Nanup Furniture Gallery, because that's like, he does a lot of big dining tables in a similar sort of style, and it's just really nice, really, really nice. So Timonius, what have you been up to, mate? New one there. I think James has taken off now. I'm not sure if James is still there. If you are, James, what have you been working on, mate? Connection. Whoa, knocking the camera over. I suppose the only other thing I've got left to run you guys through is the D&D game table board thing that we burnt this last live stream. For anyone who was here, they'll remember that. Keep up the good work. I've got to get back to sculpting. You need to come and see me. Will, I definitely do, man. I am struggling to find time to do anything at the moment. I'm only back for like 6 days. I work 8 days and come back for 6. But I do need to come in and see your setup, man. I really am. I'm doing my best to get down there. Hopefully I'll be able to get down there soon, man. I'm a bit behind from chat, being at work and everything, but I ended up getting some railway spikes, got 100 for $40. Holy shit, man. Where did you get 100 for $40? That's wicked. I bought bloody 10 for $20. But I don't think they are all in amazing shape. That's half the beauty though. Like, I've actually got, what have I got in that piece? I've got 2 that are almost in perfect condition. But when they're not in perfect shape, like, they tell their own story. That's wicked. Where'd you get 100 of them for $40? I'm sure I can use them for something like handles or whatever. I'm going to get them when I go into Perth next month. That's awesome, man. Yeah, let me know where from. Working mainly, started prospecting. Nice. That's wicked, man. That would be cool to get into, but I'm not allowed to develop any more hobbies anymore. Will, catch you later, man. Yeah, no, I'm not allowed to have any more hobbies. I think leather crafting and woodworking, that's where the line has been drawn. I don't have the time anymore, unfortunately, but I just bought a new tent. And of course I bought a new tent and now it's raining the whole time I'm back home. So I'm not really going to be able to do much with that new tent. But yeah, hopefully get out, spend some time out camping soon. And I'm just gonna have to take a little back foot with the videos, I think, on YouTube, and they're going to be a bit slower this year. especially because I'm dedicating one of my only days to sorting these live streams out. So yeah, but I'll keep them coming as I can. It's good just been out in the bush. Yeah, I reckon you'll be able to find some wicked stuff, man, eh? Especially if you live around like a real sort of historic area. I grabbed them from Albany Facebook, got my sister-in-law to get them, and she's taking them up to Perth for me. That's awesome, man. Well, if you want to unload any, if you think 100's too many, let me know. No, that's a wicked score, man. That's really cool. Where's Chili? Hey, anyone heard from Chili? I'm surprised he's not on. He's probably too busy. Too busy creating. So yeah, but I used to work for a company that has a division that makes about 80% of the railway spike. For holy 80% of them, that must be a hell of a lot. I couldn't even imagine how many that would be. Wow. Endless supply, hey Stanifer. Sounds like when I'm home as the wind is blowing its ass off, so fishing has been not great lately. Yeah, no, we're definitely coming into winter here. Definitely, even up north, like, because I work up north, it's not the same sort of weather. It's more like Darwin weather up there. But even the last swing up there was actually pretty cold of a night because I do permanent nights. So, you know, around 2-3 o'clock, it's still getting down to like 14, which is incredible. I didn't think it would ever get that cold up there. But so that's been good. But yeah, no, it's wet and cool here, which is great. I love it. Love it. But it's not really that great for going out and doing things. I think I need to redesign this outfeed table. I did not do live streams when I made this thing. It's a bit uncomfortable to sit at. Maybe we do the next one in the studio, eh? We've done a couple out here. Maybe we get the next one and get the next one running inside where it's a bit more comfy. You should see the machine that spits them out. I would love to, man. I'd love to see a brand new one and see what it actually looks like. But I'd love to get a forged. I reckon you could make so many different cool knives and stuff from them. It'd be just wicked to have a little forge and like an endless supply of railway spikes. Would be good. You should see them. All right, let me see if I reckon I can jump. Can I post to Instagram now from a computer? Does anyone know? I know you never used to be able to, but I feel like they've changed it now so that yeah, so that you can. Oh, but I need to post a picture, don't I? Which maybe we'll just throw the logo up, eh? Put that in there. Oh, but that's taking the studio link. I don't want that. Here, let's open up YouTube on another tab. I'll be right back with you in a second. I just need, that's the one I need right there. I need to grab this web address to post over here. Oh, it's done it again. That is not what we want. Why is it giving me a studio? That's not right. Post over here. Oh, it's done it again. Let's turn that volume off so that we're not, we haven't got an echo going on. I wonder if this will post to Facebook as well. I don't reckon it will. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. No comments there to catch up on. Awesome, that has been posted. Man, I don't know how to say this girl's page, like what the page name is. I'll actually, you know what I'll do, because she's given me massive inspiration. She actually inspired the dot work the dot work pyrography that I did on the axe handles. So I'm gonna put a comment in the live chat. Her Instagram for you guys to check out. Oh, still I keep forgetting. Now I've got shit all over my finger. It's gonna be hard to scrub all this off. But yeah, so I just posted that in the chat there. Her Instagram is next level. Hey, like her work is next level. It's absolutely just inspired me to get like right into like that Viking dot work style art, especially like pyrography wise, like make some bowls and do it. Her work is just incredible. Really, really like it. I'm just going to check Facebook to make sure that, to see if that link posted. I stuffed up that project I was working on, the egg thing I sent you in the photo, but hopefully I can fix it soon. But right now I'm on a mallet kick. Nice, Justin, nice. Are you entering the Custom Creations mallet competition? I'm not sure when that closes, but I need to get my ass into gear and do that as well. I got to put an entry in for that. I reckon I'm going to try use some burl somehow and put it in there. Fot, how are you, man? What is happening? Good to see ya. I haven't spoken to you for bloody ages. But yeah, I've actually been looking at some mallet designs because I don't just want to do a standard mallet video. But yeah, I do think I'm going to try and crack on, if I've got time next swing, if the competition hasn't closed by then. I've even actually got some leftover rosewood from the axes, so I could potentially use the rosewood as the handle, and then maybe use some burl. I was thinking about, obviously I don't want to use burl for the mallet head itself, but maybe use like some jarrah and then just side it with burl so that it looks like it. Fought, you got COVID. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. Mainly looking for gold, but can find some great things. The history behind the gold rush and how they dug for it is wild. Yeah, man, nah, that would be wicked. Finding gold, eh? That's the dream. Find a big nugget, pay off all the bills. All right, let me jump over to my J&D page. I was actually, gonna try. Maybe I will try it. I'm going to try and do a live with a second GoPro. I was trying to do it from my Facebook J&D page, but because that's linked through my personal page, it sort of logs me into my personal one, so which I don't... Oh, but I could just go live video from there. I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit more and see if it works. But I just want to check. Let's see the profile. No, it did not post. It did not post. So let's throw a quick little post up here that we are live. And of course, I've copied, I'm going to have to open another tab. I've still got that chick's Instagram that I copied, so that's what it's pasted. But seriously, check out her Instagram. Go back through the chat, because it's in the chat there. I posted her tag. Well worth checking out. She does some incredible work. There we go. I'm going to do a couple, I think it closes, the 7th of August. Yeah, I've got time then, 7th of August. I've been looking so many different ones, so keen. I have some weird ideas. And yeah, I've been thinking burl as well. Yeah, I don't know how well burl will hold up to be like the full mallet. I mean, some of it would be super strong, but then I feel like you'd have some really, really weak points as well, that it'd just like sort of fall apart possibly. But I reckon almost veneer, but like obviously like thicker edges, not, you know, not paper thin veneer, but I don't know, like maybe 10 mil on the outsides of the mallet, and then you'll have that like that layering effect as well. But yeah, I've got some cool ideas that I sort of, I want to draw from. I just don't want to do a standard mallet video. That's the thing. But I am hoping, like I've put a lot more effort into this thumbnail for this next video. I've got all this dry resin on my bench. So I'm hoping that really helps with getting it out there a bit more, because we're in competition with Mike's Wooden Things and stuff to first to 10,000 subs. So he's already got like 1,000 sub lead on me. I really need to get in the game there and catch up, because he's way ahead, way ahead. All right, that beer is gone. They never said they had to be functional. Mine might be ornamental. True, true. You always get though, when you post a YouTube video, if you make something like a mallet and it's not functional, you'll always get the people in the comments, man. Always get them in the comments going off. All right, I'm gonna grab another beer, and then, I haven't actually, I'll show you this once I get back. We'll have a quick run over that, and then I'll probably need to plug the GoPro in so she don't die. But yeah, I was thinking we can definitely run like a second GoPro to be running like a Facebook Live or something at the same time. So that could be kind of cool. That could be kind of cool. But all right, we can flip, let's check out this. Can we flip this camera during a live on the, if I just hit that, no, it doesn't end it straight away. I don't think you can just flip it. So, if I put you guys over here, you'll sort of be able to see what I'm explaining, and then I'll take the GoPro with me. So, this is the completed board, all finished up. You're not actually able to see on TikTok, but we've got the PowerPoints all installed all around there, not wired up yet, so that needs to happen. But so basically it's a we're a 4-player, yeah, I think we're a 4-player sort of table. You've got access here for the HDMI ports and that, which is what is gonna run the screen from a laptop. A little cutout here to allow for the remote to work on the TV, and then this is where the power will come out for the TV. Another port on there. Now I did want to paint these black, but obviously this isn't like, it's not mine. So I'll just leave that. I'll have the client coming around soon anyway, so we can sort of talk about that. And I don't know if you pick it up. Yeah, you should pick it up there. I did light sanding, but I didn't really sand it because I thought these having like the saw marks all through the grain there was kind of cool. Now this was an old piece of Perspex that he had too, so it has got some scratches and some inconsistencies in it. And the TV isn't quite perfect in there, but this was the first one we've tried. So all I've got left now, I've got to put handles on there and there to make it easier to carry. And then my section is pretty much done. I'll give it back to the customer. He can sort all the wiring out, get that figured out, and then I've got to get it back so we'll all go to his place, whatever, just to see it actually working. Because you can see I inlaid the I think it's like a infrared sensor all the way around there. So that's on the top. So the idea is like the TV will have like a big D&D map on it, and they'll have their little figurines, and they'll put it down, and the infrared sensor will like pick up where on the map that it is, and when they move it and all that sort of stuff. So it's a really cool idea. I really like the idea of it. I just, yeah, looking forward to seeing it actually in action and how it all sort of comes together. I think that'll be really cool as well. So I think that will be, yeah, that'll be sick to actually see it all come together. So, yeah. And again, I can't see what position you guys are in. It's just caught up there. Yeah, that's all right. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I'm actually looking, hey, is any, I was going to ask Chili this, but he's not bloody here. Any of you guys on YouTube Premium? I need to just plug this camera in because we're on 39%. Hopefully that just keeps it there. It doesn't actually charge while it's on live, but it does appear to just keep it at the percentage it's at. So it would look cool if those PowerPoint covers were hydro dipped to blend in more. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, they definitely need to blend more. Definitely agree with you there, because they do stand right out. But these are all things that I can consider if we go into sort of production. Like there'll be a lot of changes that I do make if I go into sort of producing these, but I just don't know if there's enough demand to warrant doing them. But they're certainly cool. They are. It's a cool idea. It is a very, very cool idea. So, just glad I got to be a part of it. I'm on Premium. Justin, you're on Premium. So you get like music and that with it too. How does that all work? You don't just play music videos, do you? Like you actually get like a, like I use Amazon at the moment, like the Prime, but you don't get all the music with the Prime. But is it just like a Spotify type thing inside YouTube or what? Because I'm seriously looking at getting on board with it. Because I'll definitely benefit from being able to watch, download my videos and stuff with all the flying I'm doing. So definitely think it'll be worth it. Just need to know a little bit more about it. So much noise going on outside. The weather is just on, off, bloody crazy. Stream settings. Right, so we haven't got too much to chat about really. We've caught up on what Justin's up to. We've caught up on what Stanifer's working on. I don't use music, but I can have a look. Yeah, I'm keen. I'm mainly keen on it for the music side of things because I've just heard. I can't remember who told me, but I've heard that it's better than the Amazon one. But I don't know which Amazon one, because you've got like the Prime and then you've got Prime Unlimited, which I don't have Prime Unlimited, which gives you everything. I've just got Prime, which is heavily restricted. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there, but it's more like a sample of each artist. Like you get 1 or 2 albums and that's it. So one other thing I did, which was pretty cool. Will you be able to see from here? Let's have a look. You can just see there. Was mounting my my K5 on the wall. So I mounted it on a piece of plywood and then put some brass like rivets in all 4 corners and I hang it up now. So it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to use and clamp down and all that sort of stuff. But it also freed up some drawer space, which was very much needed because I'm still sort of trying to figure out how to add to the area. I'm looking at a new miter saw at the moment, the Bosch Glide, so that I can push that up against the wall. I'll have to clear out all the timber over there, but I could build a cabinet sort of up against the wall there, which would be awesome. Yeah, I'll look into it. Lunch. Thanks, Justin. Cheers, man. Did you try Spotify? No, I haven't tried Spotify. I just figured I already use YouTube so much, and like it'd be awesome not to have ads and all that sort of thing. Plus, you can do. I'm looking at the YouTube family so that you can do different. You can have 5 different accounts on there. Not that I need the 5, but the 3 would be handy. I just think it'd be more benefit, you know. That's why I use the Prime, because you get all the added benefits of other stuff as well. So just trying to get the best bang for your buck, you know. That's the hardest thing. But YouTube also has like their own like Netflix thing too, don't they? Like YouTube Originals. So you get access to that as well. Not that I really need another streaming service, but hey, if you can get it, why not? Man, these poor old power tools getting covered in dust down here. All right, so my analytics are telling me we've got 8 people on. Who is there? Can we do a roll call in the chat? And we've got 3 on TikTok. If you're on TikTok right now, say g'day so I know who's there. Answer questions from your viewers. Have I got questions from my viewers? Ask away, guys, in the Q&A section. Throw your questions in there if you've got them, because the TikTok standard ones are a bit strange. So, very, very, very strange. Timonius still here. You can do co-host as well. Let's have a look here. Friends who go live. Right, so you can't allow co-host invites, receive invites from suggested live videos. So you can't just search for someone to go live with. Got to do more playing around on this app, eh? Pickle Rick, beer for me too, bro. Yeah, man. Have a beer. Cheers. I've only got a couple left, so I don't really have any to spare. But I've got a compressor. If you want a compressor, you're welcome to come grab that. I'm trying to get rid of that. That's what I haven't told you guys, actually. I finally got the new compressor in, and I'm going to turn it on in a second in the middle of a live, just to show you how ridiculously good a silence compressor is. YouTube Originals as well, don't use that either. I 90% have it for downloads. Yeah, and I think that's just like an extra benefit, is that download thing. But there's so many, excuse me, there's so many benefits to it. It just seems like the best option for the money. But yeah, that's something else I did yesterday. I was upgrading my compressor. So I've got my old compressor sitting over there on top of my router bench. Just because I don't really know what to do with it. It needs to go. It just needs to, it needs to be gone. So, but it still works. It doesn't look pretty. It's got no wheels and stuff, but it still works. So I don't want to throw it away. But check this out. Let's move the TikTok over. We'll put you guys here, right? That's the new compressor down there. We'll grab you guys over as well. Oh, you guys can sit there, right? Seriously, check this out. That's on. That is actually on. And I'm 100% sure you can still hear me perfectly fine. That is mind-blowingly ridiculous for a compressor, how quiet that is. Just mental. Like, even if I take you down closer to it. That's it. You can see the gauges going up. It is actually on. How quiet is that? Seriously. That's insane, isn't it? Absolutely insane. It takes a bit longer to fill up because, but I'm assuming that's because it's like more than double my previous tank. So it makes this little noise when it's finished too. So just to, but like I do a lot of work with my headphones on, and I couldn't even tell that my compressor was kicking in when I had my headphones on. That's how quiet it was. Had no idea the compressor was even on. So normally you can hear that raging. Yeah, you can hear that well over. It's still going. It's still going. I haven't got any audio on, so I don't even know how loud that seems for you guys. But what a beauty. It is killer, Rick. It is absolutely killer, man. I'm going to turn it off because you little. But with my last compressor, that was 50 bucks off Buy Swap Sell, and I bought that pretty early on, like when I first started. And I didn't maintain it. I didn't care about it, so I never let the air out of it. Whereas this one, I am trying to make sure I look after it as best as possible, so I'll be letting all that air out. So might as well turn it off. What a beauty. I like your bench made from industrial shelving. Thanks, Mike. That's exactly what it's made from. And again, something I bought really, really, really early on. I bought that in December 2018. I hadn't even set up my shop. December? No, it would have been probably November. Hadn't even set up my shop yet, but it was $100. It was the cheapest thing I could buy. As far as workbenches go, it's shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. As far as workbenches go, but it does the job. Like, and it has. Like, I did think about replacing it when I moved to this shop, but I've gone and put all my stickers on it. So by replacing it, I lose my entire sticker collection. So it's a bit of a bummer, but no, I'm sure we'll replace it at some point, because having a nice actual like woodworker's workbench there would be sick, especially one that size. But we'll get to that eventually with some nice vices and stuff too, instead of having the vices attached to the ouch feed table. So yeah. I don't know how I'll save the stickers though. I didn't really think that through. But no, that compressor is just stupidly quiet. And it's so good, as I say, like I've got noise cancelling headphones that I use, but you can still hear the compressor over the top. You can sort of just hear the dust extractor, only just, but you can definitely hear the compressor. And no, with the headphones on, cannot hear a thing now. Cannot hear a thing. And as you just saw, doesn't affect conversations. It won't affect filming, which is awesome. Like when that used to come, you'd have, because it had my old one, the actual gun on it, I've replaced that too now. But that had a really slow leak coming out of one of the joints, and I'd thread taped the absolute crap out of it. It was still just this really slow leak. So it'd just randomly come on in the middle of shoots. And now, like back in the day, I used to just edit all the shop sounds out of my videos, but now I leave them in. So, but when you're like halfway through chiseling and this bloody compressor just starts screaming in the background, you've got to cut it. Like you've got to just take all the sound out, which just wrecks it. So I'm not sad to see that thing go. I'm not sad to see it go. But it works perfectly well. I've even got a bottle of oil for it. So if you want it, come and get it, because I need it gone. It's literally just taking up my bloody router bench over there. I've seen a video where the guy made an air compressor from a refrigerator compressor. It was quite like that too. That's interesting. I'm not smart enough to do that, Stanifer. I'm nowhere near smart enough to be able to do that. What I need now is a silenced bloody dust extractor. Did you know, does anyone make silenced dust extractors? because that's what I need next in my life. 100%, that's what I need next. But yeah, I think today, once we're done here, I'll continue cracking on with this bloody tool wall up behind me. Moving on with that. I want to try and get these. I don't even know how I'm going to mount these axes. I was almost thinking just drill holes in the walls, put some screws in, and then make some like little cover caps for the screws out of timber, like turn them, and then like they're just points for the axes to rest on. That's sort of what I'm thinking of doing. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably the best way to do it. It's just the location is the hardest point. In that sort of example, that's going to be the hardest thing, is how do I get the right location for the axes to sit exactly how I want them to. But I'm going to try and do that today, and then tomorrow I bought some chalkboard paint. Excuse me. So I'm going to be painting some walls in chalkboard paint so that my son can just draw all over them. That's tomorrow's goal. But I need to go. I've bought it online, so I need to go pick it up, which I'll probably go do tomorrow, I think. Yeah, we'll go do that tomorrow. Maybe this afternoon. Who knows? We'll get it at some point. But yeah, going to paint a couple of walls. I reckon one in his playroom, maybe one in his bedroom. And I might not even do the whole wall. I might just make it look like a little easel, sort of painted on his wall. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe you can do like some weird 3D looking easel somehow with some timber. Like glue some timber onto the wall and, I don't know, make it look cool. Make it look cool for him. But yeah, so unless you guys, what else have you guys got going on? Who else is on? Have you got anything to chat about? Because I've pretty much filled everyone in on what I've got going on. We normally have more people on, and we go off on little tangents all the time. So, but I've covered pretty much all the updates I had for this week. We've got the D&D table at its point, ready to be pretty much passed back. I've got the hat rack 99% done. I've got the axes done. I need to clean this shit off my face. Damn, I forgot. This was the fortnight. Oh, Mike, I tell you what, mate. You asked me. I told you. You asked me what fortnight it was, and I told you. But yeah, I need to clean this off, which I feel like it's going to take a long time. What's wrong with your face? Well, Mike, if you tuned in from the start, you would know what is wrong with my face, mate. It's all in an attempt just to beat you and to get 10,000 subs before you. That's what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, what have you been working on, Mike? What have you been working on? I was just saying we've pretty much covered what everyone's been up to. So we haven't had any little detours and tangents because we've only had a couple people here. So German Vikings, Patrick. Yes. I'm not German, I'm Aussie, mate. Dude, I forgot it was Friday, let alone that it was show night. Well, it's not Friday, man. It's Saturday. Come on, it's 12:30. It's lunchtime on Saturday. What are you on about? Cheers, Patrick. Cheers, mate. Skull. You must be pretty busy, Mike. You must be pretty busy if you forgot that it was Friday. Are you working today? But yeah, no, we've been cracking along for like an hour, bro. So yeah, we've been cracking along for an hour. We've covered heaps of stuff, man. You've missed out. You've missed out on all the updates, Mike. You've missed out, man. And I need to get cracking. What's some recommendations, guys? Give me some recommendations how I should mount these axes up on the wall. What do you reckon? Do you reckon like it's like panel Like it's not going, I'm not going to be going into studs or anything. So I'm just thinking like your drywall sort of like anchors, and then extra long screws, screw the screw in, leave it hanging out, and then put the little wooden cap over it is what I'm thinking. I'm making a cabinet to store the material for the Glowforge at work and working on getting the shop cleanish. Lovely, man. God, Glowforges are cool, eh? They are really cool. Yeah, I went around and did like, did a little cleanup yesterday, Rick, Australia, Victoria, where are you, bro? Oh, you're in Victoria, man. Same as Fott. I'm in Perth, man. In Perth. You know, I'll watch it later anyway. Yes. Awesome. You'll be caught up, Mike. You'll be caught up. You'll have to watch the playback, find out what the hell is going on. But yeah. It's sort of, I need yeah, I don't know. We'll wait and see. Hopefully this thumbnail draws in some type of peg so you can take them down when needed. Yeah, like it was, yeah, let me grab them. Let me grab one. So for example, I was sort of thinking, if you have like that's just a piece of timber, but have that like coming out of the wall in certain points, and they'll literally just rest on there. So they're not like bolted to the wall or anything like that. They will literally just hang. So probably like one there and then one down there, and they'll just hang, like sit on that. What I'll have to do obviously then is like drill the center of this out so that the screw head fits in there, and then maybe just like a dab of CA glue to hold it on. Nothing too permanent so that if I do need to remove it, I can. But yeah, so that's what I'm sort of thinking. This would be the perfect size too, actually. It's just not, I don't have enough of it. But yeah, that's what I'm sort of thinking. I don't know. But I don't know if there's like an easier way than doing all that. Because drilling that straight down the center, I suppose I could put it in a lathe and do it. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Disappointed I didn't get the notification. I guarantee you I have that bell clicked. Do you though? Do you have that bell clicked? If you didn't get the notification, maybe your phone. That's the problem with YouTube, right? You can click the bell, but if you don't have the settings on your phone on to allow the YouTube app to notify you of things, that is also like another barrier. So maybe check that, man. But you definitely should have got the notification. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't. I don't know why you didn't. This is what we've been covering, man. And Mike, if you were part of my Patreon crew, you would have already seen these. But finally finished them up. So what is going on there? Well, I've just got these weird notifications coming up at the top of my live, which I don't really understand. But anyway. I'm not sure what that language is. I do not speak it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a guess that that's like German. Is it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the go is there. But yeah. I don't know. What do you reckon of this idea? What do you think? I get it every other time. Yeah, that's weird, man. I'm not sure what happened. I got the notification. See, notifications aren't broken, Mike. There's just something broken with yours, mate. Something broken with yours. But what do you reckon of this? Will this idea work? If I leave this, you know, put big screws, have them in there, do you reckon that will do the job? I mean, they're not overly heavy. Like, there's a bit of weight to them if you're standing there holding them in weird angles to take photos, but they're not that heavy. So I reckon one pin there and one pin at the bottom there, basically exactly like that, should be fine. So four, well, not even 4 screws. I was going to do 3 because I'm going to have them overlapping each other at the base. So like that. I reckon that's the way to go. I reckon that's the way to go. And then maybe I've got some shitty plywood around. So maybe I'll just cut like a template, lay it all out in here, drill the holes through it, and then put the plywood up on the wall and use that to sort it out, get it all done. It's not the first time it's me that's been broken. Oh, God. So, Mike, have you got back into editing and stuff, mate? Did you give up on DaVinci? Or what happened? What happened? I just downloaded DaVinci 18, actually. So, I haven't bought it yet. I probably should before the end of financial year if I'm going to buy it. I should probably do it soon. Yeah, I should probably do that soon. That's why I needed to sell one of these axes, though, to cover the cost of it. All right, I need one more beer. We'll have a bit more of a chat, but we'll be calling it a day probably around the hour and a half mark, I reckon. So one more beer. If you've got any questions about what we've gone over today, the completions, Mike's probably got a ton of questions, but he doesn't count because he only decided to tune in like 5 minutes ago. But let me go grab a beer. And then we'll cover anything you have got then. Hello from Greenland. Tash, how are you? Wow, from Greenland. That's a long way. That's awesome. That's awesome. How are ya? Gotta go, Timonius. I'll catch you later, man. Catch you later. So I think as soon as we're done here, the first job I'm going to get into is going to be mounting these up. I want to get this video finished. So, because it's been a while since I put a video out. Let me have a look. I reckon it's been over a month, eh? Let's have a look. But it's been a rough road since I've come back to making videos, really, because they're not doing all that flash. Yeah, a month ago. So, and then it's just been, yeah, live. We've been keeping consistent with the lives, which is good. But, yeah, I'm not going to try to catch up. I'll tell you, I removed iMovie from the computer to reinstall it fresh, and now I'm having problems with Apple ID. I might give up on non-live content altogether. Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that. Non-live content is so much like, well, I wouldn't say easier. I don't know. I do find it a bit easier than live content. But just ditch iMovie, man. Don't give up on non-live content. Just take the time to teach yourself DaVinci Resolve. Tash, I'm good, thank you. That's awesome, man. Man, that's a long way away. Long way away. Hopefully I go traveling one day and get over to that side of the world. I can't even accept the new iCloud terms and conditions. Man, screw iCloud. Never, I don't even use that thing. It's too much of a pain. Too much of a pain. So, you know I'm joking, just frustrated. Oh, I get, yeah, it is frustrating, man. Yeah, technology problems are an absolute pain in the ass. Absolute pain in the ass. I've been editing, going through trying to edit some stuff for TikTok, actually, funnily enough. And yeah, it can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Can be a bit of a pain sometimes. But I want to get these finished, man. This I'm working on for so bloody long now. It's been like 5 weeks that I've had these on the go. And it hasn't taken like 5 weeks worth of work at all. It's been like a few days really, all up. But just because I've got to split it over so much time, it'll be good to get these finished and just get on to the next project, which I want to focus, more on this, like the dot work art, because I really, really enjoyed that. I think it makes some pretty cool content if you can shoot it at the right angles. So yeah, and then I'm stuck in the battle now of what my next big investment for J&D is going to be, whether it's going to be a drone or an iPad. So, because I want an iPad Pro so that I can do a bit of digital art, t-shirt artwork. I'm contemplating like plan type stuff on certain things. Just need a free filmmaker who wants to document all my work. Where's that person? I need the same, Mike. I need the same. So let me know when you find that person. But no, often it's very hard to you have these ideas up here and you're the one who's in front of the camera, and it's super hard to convey. Like even this morning while I was doing the thumbnail shoot this morning, I had this idea of what I wanted it to look like, but I just couldn't put that into words to tell my wife what I was chasing. So it was just so much back and forth, and she was very patient with me, which I'm very grateful for. But it was so much back and forth, I just couldn't. Yeah, it's just hard when you want to be behind the camera, but you're in front of it as well. I sort of really do wish that my content was me behind the camera. So the metalwork on that axe looks sick. Yeah, it is really cool. I'll take the sheath off. It's a very, very nice axe head. Apart from a couple spot welds that weren't grinded out very well. But I'm super happy with it. 2 of them. I got 2 of these. We made 2 for the video. So you can see the whole process of how it comes together on the YouTube channel. It's not out yet. It is coming out though. I love when the heat makes the swells. It's not the heat that does that though. It's different types of steel. So it's called Damascus. And it's actually 1080, I think. And it's the carbon density of the steel. If Chili was here, he'd be able to help out. Any of you guys on YouTube, are you metal workers? I know Alex Steel uses 1080 and then something else. But it's the carbon density so that when it's stained, the different densities of the steel absorb different amounts and you're left with that pattern. So Damascus steel, it is very, very cool stuff. And if you check out Will Stelter or Alex Steel on YouTube, they do some insane, absolutely insane patterns. Really, really cool stuff. You have Pinnell on your payroll, Mike. Would you ever add opals to the axe? Yeah, that would be cool. I actually wanted to add some opals into some projects recently. I think an opal inlay would be absolutely wicked. But yeah, you could definitely do an axe with opals inlaid down there. Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. If you want to be the behind the camera and editor guy, there are houses here that are for sale, my friend. And you'd get paid mint as an Australian giant working security. I actually, funnily enough, Mike, a couple of years ago, I did apply for a job at Black Forest. Is it Black Forest Wood Company? They were advertising on YouTube that they needed someone, but I didn't get it. But if I could walk into a job, man, it would be something I'd consider. I've always wanted to get over to Canada. Yeah, the US has always been on my list too, but after recent events, I'm sort of a bit worried to go to the US. It seems just super crazy, man. I wouldn't want to take my kids, I know that much. It's a bit scary. But no, I definitely would love to get over to Canada. And it would be wicked to shoot content and be behind the camera. Because in my head, I know what I want to get. It's so hard to do with a tripod. That's why I'm contemplating a drone. It would be super hard to fly a drone around in here. But I've just got these ideas of different shots that you could get that would be wicked. So, yeah. I'm just holding, I've been holding this axe for a little bit. And, my views on TikTok have just shot right up. It's insane. Oh, I had no idea that's why it does it. Yeah, so it's how it's forged, Jade. It's how the steel's actually forged. They layer up different types of steel, and then they twist it or fold it, and to create all different types of patterns. It's actually, yeah, it's a really cool process. I need kitchen knives made out of that. You can buy kitchen knife sets, Damascus. If you go on Google and just type in Damascus knives, you will have a ridiculous amount of things come up. Very, very popular technique, and it's almost always unique. Like I bought 2 of these axe heads, and they're both different. So it's nothing but the bangers. Just become a top 1 viewer. Wicked. Thanks for the rose. Appreciate that. Put that down over there and see what happens. Dude, I can find you a security job here if you're serious. Oh, mate, I would love to. Yeah. What's the cost of living like in Canada? What's the cost of living like? And what's the pay like, man? Viking security, yes. I have thought about taking my axes out to work. I have. I'm hiring at my company now. Stanifer, you're in the US though. Whereabouts in the US are you? And what's your company? What are you doing? We could be onto a very interesting relocation here, guys. Sign on a Saturday morning with the intention of having a few beers and end up moving overseas. But no, I've got a pretty good setup now, especially with the job I've got now. We've got a pretty good setup, so it'd have to be a good wicket. Or a really cool location, I think, especially to move overseas. It would be super expensive. Rebar fabrication. Wow, I actually used to do, I used to work with rebar when I was younger. I used to work in a steel factory, shaping all different shaping rebar to lay in cement and all that sort of stuff. So I did that for a couple of years actually. Like when I was in school, I used to finish school and then I'd go and do a night shift there. So that's cool. What company is that? Best Bar was the company I used to work for. I have Damascus kitchen knives. It was such a huge upgrade, get what you pay for kind of thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely with knives. It is a get what you pay for. I would absolutely love to get a knife from Will Stelter, man, but they're so expensive. Same as Alex Steele. Like, I'd love to get something made by him as well, but super expensive. Starting at $18.25 with full benefit package. See, that to me is super low, man. What? Let me do a conversion. USD to AUD. Let me do a conversion, get an idea. So starts at $18.25. Yeah, no, that's not worth me moving for, man. What's a benefit? What's your full benefit package? You hear that actually. I hear that a lot. Like you get paid for you get like healthcare and all that as well, don't you? But let's have. What am I looking at the moment? Sort of, yeah. Yeah, what's your benefit package? My wife's going to come home today and I'm just going to have this full plan to leave the country. But I didn't hear any feedback from you guys regarding mounting systems. Do you think this will work? Please tell me. Do you think that will work? That's not... I'm spewing I don't have more that exact size because that would look really cool. Yeah, insurance, 401k and all that. What's your 401k? Is that like your superannuation? Because that's something else I've heard about. So that's like money, that the employer puts away for when you retire? Is that your 401k? And so like your insurance, your employer pays that. So what? Like if you just randomly have an accident outside of work, do they still cover you? The US health system baffles me with some of the stories I hear. You come, we'll buy a property together and make a big shop and do filming. Mate, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. I'm going to jump on like real estate sites now and see what properties in Canada go for. No, that would be wicked. And I feel like, especially over there, like Canada, the US, and that opens you up to a whole other world when it comes to working online as well. Like access to different brands and companies and stuff like that. It's huge. So I feel like it's a massive difference, like a massive benefit being over there. You invest 6% and they match at 4.5%. Well, it's not really a match if it's 6% of 4.5, is it? So I've got to put 6% of my $18.25 an hour away, and then they add 4.5%. Is that how it works? Man, seriously, you guys need to take on like Australia's superannuation like model. I don't like my super just gets paid. I think legally now we're at 10%, and that's on top of my wage. So on top of my package, they have to pay 10% of that into my super. A minimum. Some companies pay more, but I don't have to contribute anything if I don't want to. I can contribute. I think it's up to like $10,000 or $20,000 a year, tax-free. But I don't have to. But the company has to legally. They have to keep doing it. Yeah, minimum 10%. So, and it's all in like one account. So I don't know how you guys work. Like if you're with one employer, is your 401k separate, like an account they pay into? Or if you move around to multiple employers, have you got like multiple accounts that when you retire, you've got to claim through? But yeah, it's a stipulated amount, and it goes up every year, man, like by about 1%, I think, pretty close, maybe 0.5%. But every year it increases the amount that they've got to pay on top. It can't be included in that. So like, it's not, if you earn 100k a year, yeah, it's not like your super's on top of that. It's not what we pay you type thing. So it's a good model. And then it's invested by companies. I can send you some real estate listings. Yeah, go on, Mike, send them through. Give me something to look at tonight, man. Send them through. Yeah, US companies rely on Social Security. That's something else I know nothing about. What's your Social Security? I hear that a lot in movies, a lot. But what is that? I don't know what that is. I'd be baffled, man, living overseas. Absolutely baffled. Wow, we've jumped up. I looked at that TikTok page like 2 minutes ago and had 100 likes, and we've just jumped up over 1,000. That is wicked. That is wicked. Come on YouTube. We've got 7 on YouTube and we've got 1,100 on TikTok. Yeah, US companies. Oh, I read that one. US companies rely on Social Security. Yeah, and you got like a massive number you got to remember, don't you? Social Security number. No, it's crazy how different it is. I see a lot on TikTok about people like having babies and that in the US and how much it costs them to do that. And it's just mental. Like, yeah, I put the chisel through my finger and went straight down to the hospital, and it was I didn't even have a thought of how much it would cost me. It was just down the hospital, get it fixed. Took a long time, like I was down there for a number of hours, but it didn't cost me a cent. I've had 2 kids, hasn't cost me anything. My son, he cost the government a lot. 2 years in hospital, but didn't cost me anything. So government funded retirement, which may or may not be there when you retire. Yeah, right, okay. May or may not be there when you retire. Yeah, so our super works a lot on shares as well. So like what gets put away into our super accounts is then invested by the company that has the account. So our super can fluctuate up and down depending on the stock markets as well, which is good sometimes, bad sometimes, but because it's over such a long period, it tends to have an upward trend. I think of about 10%. But yeah, because you're obviously looking at it over like a 40, 50, 60 year period. So like me at my age, I've got my super set to the highest risk investment because I've got basically so long until I retire that I can, you know, if I do lose out on some high risk investment, I've got time to earn it back. I had an account that my company had to chip into that I could match or not. It cashed out when I left, couldn't transfer it. It cashed out. So what, you were just given that money then? That doesn't really save it for retirement though, does it? If it just cashes out. Like you quit, you get a little bonus and you go to the pub. It doesn't really work, man. So during COVID, the Australian government let us access our super before retirement, which is like few and far between. You don't really get that opportunity to do that all that often. So because I didn't have a job at the time, I did because I lost my job when COVID hit because everything just shut down here. But yeah, I think they've just started at first because the price of housing here is going nuts as well. So they're talking about, I don't know whether it's implemented yet or not, but they are talking about allowing that to happen, that you can use your super as a deposit. But that then leaves you with nothing, really. So it's all right if you're young and you still got years and years to keep adding to that. But like I was really hesitant about pulling money out even at my age. So I got a full blood workshop. X-ray done in like an hour at a hospital window a few weeks ago. And it cost me living. Full blood work up and X-ray done like an hour at our hospital with no appointment a few weeks ago. And it cost me living in Canada, so it was free. It was free then, was it, Mike? So Canada doesn't follow the US healthcare system. Then I'm guessing they got their own little setup going on. Right. Well, how do we get to healthcare? How these lives? This is what I mean. We get to a point where we just go off on these tangents. Like, it's mental. It's mental. But it is 1 o'clock. I have got a lot of work to do today. So I don't think I'm looking at the time. I just don't think I'm going to get it all done. But I need to at least get these axes done. Otherwise, it's going to be another 2 weeks before I can get the video out. And I do not want that. So we need to call it a day, guys. We need to call it a day. So 5-minute roll up here because I know you are delayed behind the live by like, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. So I live in Canada, therefore I get healthcare. Yeah. Same in Australia, mate. Same in Australia. But yeah, so we'll wind this up. As for TikTok today has gone pretty well. So I think next fortnight, Saturday fortnight, we'll do another live. Might even try and do something in between. Later, man, have a good day. Wash your face. I will try and wash my face, mate. I will try. I don't know. I'm going to wait until I get my work done, obviously. I'm not going to waste time trying to get this off until later. But Eric, how are you, man? I didn't know you were here. How you doing? But yeah, next fortnight, Mike. Keep track, all right? Not next Saturday, the Saturday after, so you don't miss out again. But I think we'll throw in another TikTok as well, because we've been doing pretty well over on TikTok. So we've had more viewers over there. So that's wicked, man. That's wicked. We'll keep building up. I'm almost at 10,000 on TikTok. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, YouTube, go and do that, please, because I'm nearly at 10,000 there. I should check with Chili if it has to be YouTube followers. Hey, Mike, does it have to be YouTube followers or can it just be all followers? Because if it's all followers, I've already hit 10,000. All right. That's it. We'll call it a day. Stage 50, dude. Catch ya. Rick, catch you later, man. Hopefully see you on the next, see you next fortnight. We're kicking it off again. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. I got to figure out if you can do like a paired thing on here. Like, you know, get some people on with us. I don't know if that's a thing. Or maybe, I don't know. I'll figure something out. We'll figure out something. We'll figure out something. Enjoy, legends. How am I going to end this live, though? Because my phone's... Hello, my man. My next entry. Hop this. How you doing, mate? How are ya? No, I won't be jumping on that. Thanks for the offer, though. Won't be happening. There you go. TikTok, eh? TikTok. All right, legends. I'm gonna have to end this TikTok live so that I can try and end my my YouTube live from my phone. So enjoy, stay safe, and we'll do this all again in another fortnight. And maybe my face won't look like this. Maybe it will. Who knows? See, that's mental, right? So I've just ended that, and it gives you the stats for it. And I've got 1,100 likes and 1,500 views. It is insane. The way that happens. Just been chilling in the background. Take care. Later, man. See you next fortnight. Catch yous all later, legends. Yeah, stay safe, look after yourself, as always. Next fortnight we'll be back. Hopefully I'll get this axe video out to you guys sooner than that. And get your questions prepared so we can have a good chat.